Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $2.35. XRP dumped out once again today with the rest of the market. You know, in a video yesterday, I was talking about a W setting up right here, and that's what most of the chart guys were calling for. And then we got the sanctions on Russia. I'll talk more about that in a minute. And there was even talk about the meeting is off with China now. And then the market started breaking back down once again. You cannot call this market right now. Nobody can. Because even when the market looks strong, it looks like this is that moment and everybody's starting to get excited. Something happens bringing this market back down. And like I said, it's not just XRP. Bitcoin is back down under 108K. And it's frustrating to watch this because it seems like it's just delaying the inevitable. We already know XRP is going to have a parabolic run. We already know Bitcoin's top is not in yet, but it is definitely coming. But to get there, it's like people have to hold through this time and time again. You know, in previous cycles, everybody looked at the chart and they said, yep, it looks like we're about to break out on XRP, or we're about to break out on Bitcoin. This time around, nobody could call what's going to happen next. And this is coming from a parity account. So you see, I will meet with Z. I will not meet with Z. I will meet with Z. And you see how the market reacts. And it's funny, but not when you look at your portfolio. You look at your portfolio and you watch this happen, and that frustration sets in. Don't let it get the best of you. You can make it through this. If you make it through this, they are eventually going to let this market take off. And when it does, you want to be here for it. I totally agree with you on this one. Honestly, this cycle is nearly impossible to read between political games, insider moves, and global conflicts. If you're not plugged into the right information, you're trading blind. And I would agree with that. And that's why I don't trade XRP. I buy it, I move it to my wallet, and I hold it, waiting for the market to break out. It's absolutely going to happen. When? Nobody really knows. I think once the government reopens, that could be really good for crypto. That means things are about to get done around crypto. We're waiting for a lot to happen in Washington as well. Trump finally slaps long-awaited sanctions on Putin's Russia. So you see, Trump ordered sweeping new sanctions targeting Russia's energy sector, focusing on Rosneft and Lukoil. OFAC froze all U.S.-linked assets of these companies and banned American entities from dealing with them. So you see these sanctions time and time again get put on Russia. And then people wonder why Russia is looking for an alternative to SWIFT, looking for an alternative away from U.S. dollars as well. This is why the BRICS are looking to create their own payment system. They just want to completely break off from the U.S. dollar altogether. But when you see sanctions, what I see is another reason why XRP is going to be very expensive in the future. Because within BRICS, they could use XRP. It works like a trust layer, works as a bridge currency. It's a perfect fit for the BRICS countries. This comes from eGreg. XRP, tell me, what's bearish in this chart? 99% of so-called TA experts are screaming bear market, yet there isn't one confirmed bearish signal on the chart. I think the reason the TA guys are all calling for bearish market is because they don't know how to call this market. We've never seen something like this in the past. And 2 years ago, back in the bear market of 2022, 2023, I was telling you, you have to keep an eye on real world events. And when I was saying that back then, people were like, you're crazy. Crypto isn't part of the real world. It's separate from everything that happens in the world. But yet, I was able to provide you proof time and time again that when something happens in the real world, it affects the crypto space as well. They keep dragging fractals from past cycles and spinning random theories. But where's the real structure breakdown? There isn't one. The chart still shows strength, structure, and bullish resilience. So before shouting bear market, maybe check the data instead of chasing fear and making anticipation rather than confirmation. And I thought that was a great post because that's what's really going on. The chart guys are telling you we're now in a bear market. The 4-year cycle's over. But when you look at the chart on XRP, it looks absolutely incredible. I'm telling you, it's one of the best charts in all of crypto. And you know that blast off is going to happen. You definitely want to be here for it. The amount of pain and suffering in crypto this year has been absolutely unreal. Let me stop there for a second. The amount of pain and suffering this year was nothing like 2022. I could tell you that right now. Remember when we were back in 2022 and XRP would move by a half a cent for like 3 days straight? And then all of a sudden it would move up 2 cents and people were getting excited, only to watch it come back down again. At least now we're still above $2. But that's the thing about this market. It doesn't reward the smartest. It rewards those who can survive the longest. I totally agree with that. Success in crypto is mostly about how much pain and suffering you can handle without tapping out. That's what it comes down to. You have to be able to hold through the red days. You got to be able to make it through watching your portfolio go up one day and then crash back down the next day. You got to be able to hold through that. You have to have the stomach for that. But if once you realize that this is all part of the path to getting to financial freedom, you will look back one day and see it was all worth it. Good post, worth reading if you're a crypto investor. This comes from Easy A. Fake partnerships, founders dumping on retail, and paid influencers shilling tokens, etc. The more you know about the large majority of crypto projects, the better investment decisions you will make. Too many new people come into crypto believing everything is a project promises. But remember, 99% of crypto founders are here to make a quick buck and ride off into the sunset. Founder allegedly got sued by family members for taking a loan from them to start up operations and then playing dumb or something when the project took off. Everybody that's creating these coins, there's way too many cryptocurrencies in my opinion. Most of them, they look solid, they get a lot of hype around them, a lot of people invest in them, and then all of a sudden they turn into a rug pull. Or they promise utility, but they really don't have any utility. This is why once regulations come, we are going to see 99% of crypto disappear. And when it happens, a lot of people are going to lose everything. You're going to watch a lot of these meme coins disappear overnight. You're going to see other projects that you thought were great projects also disappear overnight once the wild, wild west of crypto ends. This comes from Black Swan Capitalist. It's hilarious how all the Bitcoin pump narratives are flooding social media when we're actually closer to the end than the beginning. Where were all these talking heads and financial journalists at 15K to 20K? Are people really this incapable of understanding what's going on here? What they're doing right now with Bitcoin all over the mainstream media news is they're starting to sell the narrative that the 4-year cycle no longer exists and Bitcoin's going to continue up forever. But Dark Defender reminds us 2025 to 2026 bull run in a nutshell. We're experiencing a bull run whenever Bitcoin dominance plunges. Happened in 2017 and 2021. Now it is time for the next one. I know the fear is everywhere, but just step aside and check the data below. Enjoy the show. And this is what the Bitcoin dominance looks like right now. But once this starts plummeting down, we are going into alt season, and that is absolutely coming. The cycle is just being delayed. It's no different than any other cycle, except the delays seem to be taking forever. Other people would argue that there is no delay in this cycle, that it's just playing out the way it was meant to play out. All I know is this: once Bitcoin dominance falls, get ready for one hell of a ride with XRP. Tucker Carlson says he believes the CIA created Bitcoin. I think it was the NSA and David Schwartz and 3 other people that created Bitcoin. But why is Tucker Carlson saying this now? Are we about to watch this shift on the mainstream media news? Maybe he's the first. Let's see if other people join in on this over the coming days. Another unregulated $1 billion. We'll look back one day and say, we should have saw it coming. Only a matter of time. And once again, Tether mints another 1 billion USDT. I kept saying the same thing. This cannot go on forever. This is not sustainable. And when Tether comes down, it's taking Bitcoin with it. It's a ticking time bomb, and eventually it's going to go off. Speakers have been added to the lineup. Ripple swell this time around looks absolutely incredible. I cannot believe anybody can sit there and say, I'm so bearish on XRP. When you look at the names here, I mean, you have BlackRock, NASDAQ. There's so many names on this list, and they're still adding more people to this list as well. Franklin Templeton, Canary Capital. I mean, it's incredible. You just look at this and you know XRP is the future. You know we're still going to see big things come from Ripple this year and next year as well. But people will always wait until XRP breaks out, then they have to have it. Why would you not stack XRP at these cheap prices? I don't get it. Can XRP price hit $3 amid renewed interest of Ripple whales? So it looks like the whales bagged another 30 million coins recently, and now they're wondering if XRP can get back above $3. It's like they want to keep you uncertain where XRP is going to go from here. I am absolutely certain where XRP is going. It is going to have a massive breakout. Everybody knows it's coming, but they want to create that uncertainty for newer investors, people that just got into XRP, make them question whether or not XRP is going to go back up in price. It is definitely coming. And they always throw out those articles when XRP is in the red. If it's a red day, you could bet we're going to see all kinds of negative articles about XRP. And even when you see XRP in this descending range going downward, you know what comes after that. Usually this leads into a major move up. Let's see if the same thing happens here. But I always try to prepare you for the worst. I tell you, expect the worst, plan for the best, but expect the worst. I'm always optimistic. I always think we are going to see a breakout at any moment because I know it's coming. But some days you got to be prepared if it's going to be a red day. You never sell on a dip, and you never sell into the blood. And today was another bloody day for XRP. Now, tomorrow we'll most likely see a green day. That's been the trend so far, unless some other political news drops, sending XRP even lower. There's a chance XRP will touch $2. I see a lot of people calling for that. I want to stay optimistic. I'm hoping we head back towards $2.50, then on to back above $3. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.